Hello and welcome. Today I will be talking about globalization and the impact of international trade on my day to day life. But before we start talking about these two terms, let us discuss what these actually mean. So, globalization actually refers to the process of increased interconnectedness and integration between different countries. So, in terms of trade, investment, communication, and cultural exchange, it is driven by advances in technology, transportation, communication, which have made it easier and faster to move goods, services, and peoples across borders. So that's globalization. Now let's talk about international trade. So international trade basically refers to the exchange of goods and services between different countries. This involves the importation and exportation of goods and services across borders, which is facilitated by trade agreements, custom regulations, and international trade organizations such as the World Trade Organization. So now that we've discussed a little bit about what these two terms mean, let us discuss the impact of these two terms. So as soon as our day starts, we wake up. So the bed sheets or the mattress that we sleep on, it's all not manufactured in the country that we live in. All of the bed sheets, all of the pillowcases, everything is made in China and then transported to Canada. So now we get up. We get up, we go to the washroom. What do we do in the washroom when we wake up? We brush our teeth. So what about this brush? This brush is actually made in China. We brush our teeth with toothpaste. What about this toothpaste? This toothpaste is actually manufactured in Mexico. Well, now if we talk about day-to-day activities, we wear clothes every day. What about these clothes? This t-shirt that I'm wearing, this is manufactured in Bangladesh. So most of these major international companies, they outsource their production to developing countries in order to reduce costs. So this process that they follow, it helps both the organization, the country which they set up their factories in, as well as the people of both countries. First of all, the organization is getting their stuff made for a cheaper rate. Secondly, the country where they set up their plant, that's developing as they get high machinery or they get factories and other plants for production. Third, it increases their GDP as it provides job for the local people. It also increases their GDP or per capita income by increasing transportation. So international trade and globalization basically means a lot of transportation. So for example, this t-shirt that was produced in Bangladesh, for it to reach me, it had to go through different channels of transportation. So from Bangladesh, it most necessarily came to, I guess, a country like Mexico by ship, and then it came to us by tractor trailer, and then to the stores, and then I purchased it from the stores. So this whole chain creates a lot of jobs which help the economies of all of these particular countries. Now moving on from clothes, what is another item that we use every day in our daily lives? A mobile phone. So now this is produced by Apple, but it is designed in San Francisco, but it is developed and manufactured in China. So what does that say again? It helps China set up factories, and it helps their transportation, it helps their GDP, plus it helps America, the Apple company, as they set up shop for a cheap price. So apart from that, the foods that we eat. We live in a country which has severe climate conditions. So now, as you can see, if you go outside, it's all snow. So in snow, you cannot grow a lot of the foods that are required, the daily necessities. So such as fruits and vegetables, berries, watermelons, other stuff. These cannot be grown in conditions that Canada has. So they need to be imported from other places. So most of the tropical fruits come from countries like Mexico, such as apples or other whole wheats and other grains, as Canada is not a producing country. For example, what do we use daily in our everyday lives? We use cars. Cars are mostly manufactured in countries such as Germany. And apart from Germany, cars are made in other European countries such as Italy or France. And apart from cars, the fuel that we put in cars, we don't harvest fuel. Countries such as Saudi Arabia, Dubai, UAE, these are the countries they produce oil, or they find oil reserves from the ground, and then that oil is transported to countries such as Canada and America. That's why their GDP is solely based on oil, as they transported that. So without globalization and international trade, neither would we be able to have functioning cars, because we wouldn't be able to have fuel. Neither would countries like Saudi Arabia or Dubai even exist without the oil revenue that they have. So apart from that, we're able to do online shopping. We're able to buy stuff based sitting at our homes, which basically means that we're able to buy stuff from different countries which get imported to us, and it reaches our doorstep. So that is basically what international trade means. So I personally believe that the comfortable life that we live today would not be possible without globalization and without international trade. As if you live in a particular country, it has limited sources, it has finite number of people, and it has a finite number of inventions that they can make. So I personally believe that life without international trade and globalization is not possible to exist. So that was my take on this whole subject. Thank you for listening. My name is Ronak, and this was my presentation on this topic. Thank you.